Episode 2. Mysterious Kidnapping. It is such a horrible day! First an argument with the movie director, and now this girl? Exclaimed Steve. He kept mumbling to himself and walked away for the next shot. Christina, on the other hand, goes to Dr. David's cabin, where she gets introduced to the staff members and also learns about the rules and regulations of the hospital. Dr. David calls out for Sister Martha and requests she take Christina to the director's office. As they were entering the lift, Sister Martha excitedly spoke. "Ma'am, do you know we have superstar Steve Wilson in the hospital today?" Christina was already irritated with the whole presence and chaos created by Steve Wilson's presence that she declined. "I saw him! How charming he is, and so handsome!" Sister Martha blushed. "I wish I could click a selfie with him, but pictures were not allowed due to media presence," she added. They reached the director's office by then. Sister Martha leaves, pointing towards room number 13. Christina nervously knocks on the door and goes inside the room. The director was busy reading a file, but then notices her standing at the door and greets her. "Welcome, Christina. I'm glad we'll be having a talented doctor like you on board. I personally wanted to meet you once and also wanted to convey that you may join the hospital from today itself." Christina smiled and said, "Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. I had attended a conference where you discussed how technology added to the betterment of neurology, and since then, I'm a big fan of your work. It's an honor to work with you, sir." Dr. David smirked and replied, "I'm not a celebrity to have a fan following. All this suits celebs like Steve Wilson, right?" Hearing Steve's name irked Christina. However, she maintained her calm and nodded. "You can join from tomorrow," Dr. David added. Christina thanked him and walked out of the room. While driving through the parking arena, it took Christina almost 2 to 3 hours to reach the main road because of the crowd gathered outside the hospital. She reached home very late in the evening. The next day... "Oh my God, I'm late again!" Christina screamed while putting off the alarm and walking straight to the living room. She picked up the newspaper and while rubbing her eyes, tried to read through the headline. Christina was stunned on seeing the printed picture and screamed with fear. Upon hearing her shout, Anna came out from her room and saw Christina sitting on the floor, crying. "What happened, Chrissy?" Anna inquired. "Tell me, please say something." She handed her the newspaper, and Anna read the headline out loud. "Steve Wilson's exclusive affair with a female doctor of Mount Sinai Hospital?" And in the photo, below the headline, Steve and Christina could be seen as a couple, madly in love. "Chrissy, please say something. When did you meet him? How did this happen?" After being quiet for a while, Christina fumbled and said, My career. Anna, I fail to understand what's happening. What is all this?" Anna wiped Christina's tears and made her sit on the couch. Suddenly, Anna's phone rang, and it continued. When she opened the messages, people had sent her the viral news about Steve Wilson. "Steve's love scandal exposed! Celebrity in love with a commoner? Secret love affair with Mount Sinai Hospital's doctor?" Anna was trying to get things into her mind when Christina got up and rushed to the washroom, saying, "I gotta go. It's my first day at the hospital. I can't be late." Anna stopped her midway and consoled her. "Chrissy, please stay home. Don't go. And for God's sake, tell me what happened between you and him." We bumped into each other yesterday when I was in the hospital," recalled Christina. "And I just remember that he saved me from falling off. That's it. I don't know how we got clicked. I need to go. Anna, it's my first day." Having said this, Christina gathered herself up and went into her room to get ready. And Anna went into the kitchen to prepare breakfast. Christina came out, took her car keys, and left without uttering a word. As she rushed to the hospital, she saw a crowd of reporters. She entered the building covering her face with a scarf and also wore big sunglasses to cover up. Christina rushed to the locker room without letting anybody know. People were staring at her. She spent almost 2 hours in the room and then her phone rang. It was Dr. Albert, who called her to the director's cabin for an urgent meeting. She answered the call with a yes and left for the meeting. All the nurses and doctors were talking about the news headline. She was very nervous when she knocked on the door. "Yes, please come in," they said. "Please take a seat." Christina sat on the chair and noticed there were some senior doctors also, and all of them seemed furious at her. A chief doctor said, "I've been working in this hospital for the past 15 years. I've come across several cases, but this is one of its kind. It has not even been 1 day since you've joined the hospital and created a scandal like this." All the other officials also started blaming Christina. "Today's youth has no sense of responsibility," expressed another one. The director tried to calm everyone and spoke authoritatively. "See, doctors, I understand your point, but we should not judge anybody based on a picture that went viral on the internet. Until and unless we discover the truth behind it, we should not be judgmental. Dr. Christina, we don't know how it happened and what led to this mishap, but all we know is that our hospital's reputation is at stake due to this scandal. And let me remind you that it can be a reason for your termination also," he added. "Before any conclusion, we'd like to hear your part of the truth." "Sir, I swear I don't know how this happened. But trust me, I'm not wrong. I could never do something which defames my profession." Christina's eyes were in tears while she said this. A doctor passed a glass of water to comfort her and asked her to explain the photograph. "It was an accident. He just saved me from falling off," she explained with a hope to be understood. A doctor interrupted her. "Some people tend to play the victim card and try to take advantage of a celebrity." The director argued. "Doctor, please behave. You cannot blame her while she's explaining her part, as we don't know what the truth is." "I'm sorry, Director, but I don't understand why you have to be so biased towards her," he argued. The director scowled upon him and explained, "I am not biased towards anyone, but I won't let anybody insult a hospital staff, not even you." Christina felt slightly better that at least someone was trying to understand her situation. Dr. Albert requested, "Sir, we cannot terminate her since we don't have any proof against her. And after all, we need such talented doctors on our neuro team." "I do understand that we cannot ignore the media. And Miss Christina, you may leave now. We will let you know about our decisions," the director asserted. At the other end of the city, the manager entered Steve's penthouse, then to his room, and shouted, "Where have you been, Steve? Why aren't you picking up my calls? Everybody is talking about you, and you're not even bothered."
"What have I done now?"
Steve woke up and rubbed his eyes. The manager switched on the TV and told him to watch the news. A news anchor was saying, "As you can see, I'm reporting live from Steve's residence. His love story has been exposed lately, and we would like to hear it from him. He could be downstairs anytime soon. Till then, stay tuned with me, only on BBC Entertainment." Steve was shocked and asked with a surprised tone, "What is all this nonsense, Bob?" "That's what I wanted to know. Everything was fine until yesterday. Then what happened all of a sudden? Your PR agency and directors have been troubling me, and here you are, so relaxed." Steve scratched his head in worry and said, "I didn't know how and when did this happen. I don't remember anything." "It's good if you can try recalling it. Also, we have a meeting with your PR team. Go and get ready, I'll wait." Steve stepped out of the bed and got ready immediately. And there, in Mount Sinai Hospital, Christina received an email while she was awaiting in the locker room. It read, "Dr. Christina, as discussed and decided by the management, you are requested to discontinue your work with us at present and can resume your duties only when the whole incident has cleared completely. Till then, you are instructed to be on break. Thank you." She thought to herself, "I should have been more cautious that day. Now I'll have to pay for what's happened." She was passing through the exit gate when a black sedan came in between and stopped. A man was sitting on the passenger seat, inquired, "Are you Dr. Christina?" She looked around confused and said, "Are you talking to me?" "If you're Christina, then yes, I'm talking to you." The man stepped out of his car and asked again, "Is your name Christina?" She nodded in a yes. He waved his hand and gave some kind of signal, when two muscular men pushed Christina into the car. "Hey, who are you? And where are you taking me to?" She screamed to her full strength, and even kicked the men around her. There was no one in the vicinity to witness this incident or to save her.
"Somebody, please help me! Let me go, please!"
she cried. One of them blindfolded her and warned her to shut up or else she would regret it. Who were these people? Was Christina kidnapped? Why would someone kidnap her? To know all this, tune in to the next episode of Fake Love.